We have today about 57 people registered. Some already said they can't make it, but they will receive the recording. And yeah, I hope more people are coming in the next moments. So this is really great moment to have you all here, and I'm really looking forward to today. It's a very, very, very special day for us because we are starting our Seeding Eternal Forest community calls. And thank you so much for showing up, and thank you so much for considering yourself to be an Eternal Forest community, or maybe those who still don't know much about the project are just joining and are curious. So I would love to set an intention before we go deeper. And I would love to invite you to feel into that space, into this moment. And this is the moment for us to meet each other. There will be a moment when we can literally meet each other in the breakout rooms, to weave Eternal Forest community together, to expand it, to hear from each other, to connect, and to feel into the space and to see what is calling for you in this moment and how you feel you could be part of Eternal Forest already. So my name is Evgenia. I am Eternal Forest founder. And together today, I'm here with an amazing circle of people who are already contributing to the process of Eternal Forest and to its evolution. So over the last several months, winter months, we have been cocooning, working quite hard and weaving together some beautiful green threads. And some of these we will share with you today. And I feel like this is the moment. Today is also 1st of April, which is really interesting. This is the moment where, like trees, we can open our buds and we can show either the little leaves or the little flowers, because depending on what kind of tree you are, obviously you might have flower coming first. And with that, saying that, I would love you to use the chat right now. And in the chat, my invitation for you is to put your name and where you're currently tuning from and what brings you here. I also encourage you to really leave your Instagram or your website, the project. Maybe you can say a couple of words, the project you're working on and how it might be connected. So we really get to share our work so we can weave our collaborations tighter. So I will maybe give a few more minutes for more people to arrive, just maybe a couple of minutes. And meanwhile, I would love to see your contributions on the chat. Okay, so everybody, great, thank you so much. So we have people joining from Algarve. If you also can, put your name, and if there is a link to your project, also go ahead and put it as well. Amazing, US is joining. That's great. Portugal, US. So you can continue writing later on as well. Make sure you leave your contact if you want to, so people can find you later. Just before we go deeper into our experience, I would love to show you how to save this chat if you want to. So there is Zoom changed a lot of things. There was a way to save this chat at the bottom, but I cannot see it now, to be honest with you. There used to be 3 dots. Yeah, I can't really see it now. Yes, okay, so they put 3 dots at the top, so you can save the chat at the top, or we can also share it with you. Okay, more people arriving, as I thought. We are on Portuguese time today, so we are taking it with patience. I'm just really waiting a couple of more minutes because I would love everybody to enter a deeper space together. Great. It's great to see a lot of familiar faces and people that we already know, and a lot of new places are joining. A lot of new people and places are joining. It's not asleep, I guess, that the land is also joining together with you. So while we are tuning in and people still arriving, I would like to offer a meditation, a little experience, and I would like to invite you to do it with your eyes closed or open if you want, but closed is maybe better. So you can let your imagination really run free and also connect deeper with what and who you're going to meet right now. So by saying that, what I would do is I would invite you to sit comfortably in your chair or wherever you're sitting. And I invite you to take a deep breath. So let's take a deep breath together. So we breathe out. And as we breathe out all the air, we really let go and we're really sinking in our chair and really arriving in this moment. And gently close your eyes and just let yourself be and let yourself be guided by my voice. This is the message from the ancient forest. I invite you to look down at your feet and see your feet. They're barefoot. You're standing barefoot on a soft, warm spring ground that is gently touched by the rays of the sun. And you're going to walk on a path, on a forest path. And as you are making your first steps, enjoy the steps and really allow your feet to sink deeper into the ground and really have that sensation and really stretch your feet and your legs. And at some point, as you walk, you will stop and you will, in your mind's eye, you will raise your gaze higher and higher and higher of the crown of a tree. And you're going to see that you are standing in front of a couple of ginkgo trees, and they are welcoming you. Take another deep breath, and while you are holding the breath just slightly, I want you to focus on one of these trees, and this is the female ginkgo tree. And you see that she has beautiful biloba leaves, and she has also fruit, green fruit. Ginkgo is an ancient tree that tells us the story of duality and unity. Duality of feminine and masculine and their eternal interplay. The duality of time through patience and perseverance. To make new ginkgo trees, the saplings that you see below growing at her feet, we need both trees, the male and the female ginkgo tree, growing nearby, in the same land, quite close to each other. So as you are looking at these little saplings, these saplings are part of the ecosystem because they come from both trees, just like in ancient forests. Landscape architects in Europe for some time have only planted male ginkgo trees because they don't give fruit, the medicine that a lot of traditional people consider sacred and precious, because they didn't like the smell of this fruit. But currently, these trees are being planted in cities and in villages together again to continue the tradition of the ancient forest. So as you're focusing deeper on the presence of the ginkgo tree and you standing in front of her, I'm going to read you her message. Plant me nearby water. Sow me with your ancestors. Bury me into the deep soil. Put me next to my siblings. Set me in with the new moon. I shall ascend with her. Spring into spring, I'm your new beginning. Fall into fall, I'm your living gold. A good quarter of your life, a treasured spring of my youth. My moon has come around for your precious offspring to savor my willing fruit. My every stem swollen, my every pulse awake. Swallow awaited pollen, spiral for life's sake. Yet unbeknown to me, swimming my inner sea towards my cherished jewel. And as you standing in front of female ginkgo tree, you can turn around and you can witness another tree right next to her, not so far away. And I invite you to approach this tree again with little steps on this path on the warm ground. And as you're approaching this tree, I invite you to take a deep breath in. So we breathe in. And as you're holding your breath, the season shifts, it changes. And the spring transforms into summer and then into autumn. And in your mind's eye, when you open your eyes, you see this tree showering you with beautiful golden leaves. And you are there with your presence, with your attention, receiving the gift of the ancient forest of the future. So slowly and gently start coming back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And come back to the room. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed meeting the ginkgo tree. So the reason why I brought this experience and this story today, because the ginkgo trees in my land are starting to put out the green shoots. And it's really beautiful to see how yet another year here in Portugal, a tree like this can survive, which is quite precious. So today we would like to share with you a few updates about Eternal Forest. I will also share, of course, what it is all about for some of the new people who just arriving here first time into the space. And we will also, after that, let you meet each other. So first of all, I would like to maybe just share a few moments about what Eternal Forest is and what we are doing with this project. So Eternal Forest is an artistic project. It's a multidisciplinary project that was formed about 7 to 8 years ago, and its vision is to create 1,000 eternal forest sanctuaries around the world through artistic vision and with the help of artists to protect biodiversity and to connect forests to the local communities, where local communities become stewards of these forests. Our mission, the mission of Eternal Forest, is to create artistically designed forest sanctuaries, places where humanity and wildlife can coexist, and therefore creating a combination of natural and cultural legacy. So we are setting up to support communities in Portugal and all over the world to restore and protect forest habitats, but also to bring art regeneration and community engagement together. And the way we are really doing this is by setting up art and science residencies in these places, creating artistic forest trails, artistic interventions together with ecologists, biologists, and regenerative designers. So we are collaborating with land-based projects, and here we have some people from certain projects that we are already working with. We work with local governments like municipalities, with land trusts, and we are also growing a network of artists, scientists, cultural organizations, tree planting conservation organizations, foundations, and eco-resorts, eco-retreats. So really, Eternal Forest can be integrated into any community, any land-based project that is interested in long-term forest protection, conservation, where community is really in the center of it. So we already have had meetings, have had meetings on the land, and started developing projects with several land-based partners. And here, so we have Jorge from Cabeço Santo. Who else do we have with projects that we're already working? I'm just trying to see. I might not see. So we are working with projects as such as Faia Brava in Portugal, Vale das Lobas, Torres Vedras municipality, which is municipality-based project. It's Time in Spain. In Romania, we are working with projects called Cobana and so on. So these are just a few to name, but we're also developing two big projects in Paris and in New York, which will be like a seed foundation to create a network of forest sanctuaries in these specific countries. So how do we actually do it, and what is next? What is happening this year? Well, since a few months, I've been calling upon the forest beings who can help support and be part of this process of establishing an organization. This is our focus this year, and I would just like to really name them because they are here in this call, and some of them will share with you today. So we have here Dylan, who has been working with me since Gathering of Tribes. We have Alejandra, Victor, Natalia, and then we also have Daphne and Kama, who are also working with us, but they are not here today. So we have really come together at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, to really understand how do we take this further. And I'm sure that you appreciate that it is quite a big endeavor, so we need to have an organization and we need to have all the different processes established. Right now, our focus is on creating this foundational part. You have probably seen the website that we are created back in 2020, no, beginning of 2025, and I'm going to share it with you here. So just talk you a little bit through what we are focusing on, and then I will let Alejandra also speak about the project. So let me just share my screen. Okay. You can see my screen? Yes? Yes, you can see my screen? Okay, great. So I'm just going to scan through this website really quick and also at the same time explain to you what we're trying to do right now. So at the beginning, to establish such an organization is quite a big undertaking. So we are fundraising. We are creating a seed fundraise to be able to start first projects. And we are doing it worldwide. And you can see everything that we are describing on this website, that we are all the work that we are putting behind it. I'm just going to show you one specific page. You can, of course, go through this website. You can listen to some of the videos that I recorded to understand what's been created over the last 7 years. And what kind of projects have been happening, including exhibitions, symposia, conversations, artistic trails in different projects and different spaces. And now we really are looking forward, bringing this all together and creating a team behind Eternal Forest, creating a foundation, creating a proper organization, and starting first 10 projects that are committed to going with us together. So on this page, you can see what are we aiming at. And later today on this call, we can explain how we see that and how we want to do this. So you can explore this website in your own time, and very, very welcome to share with us your observations and your ideas about what else we need to think about and where we might go to be able to get this funding and who we need to be talking to. So just to give you a little bit of a taste of the kind of internal work that has been going on, I will invite Alejandra to speak, and I will put a spotlight on her. Okay. Thank you.
There the spotlight.
You're in the spotlight.
Thank you, Eugenia. And thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, I would just like to share how I feel about participating and helping Eternal Forest in the way I can, possibly. I I knew first about the project in the gathering in Portugal last year. I was in the camp next to the Eternal Forest camp, so I was participating also in some of the activities they were hosting. And it impressed me extremely because it was a level of connection to nature way beyond the thinking, way beyond the understanding, because I'm biologist, so I think a lot about plants and living beings, but the real connection, like feeling the trees and the air and the microorganisms and everything, it was something really powerful. So then understanding also the super ambitious goal of establishing 1,000 forest sanctuaries for 1,000 years. Like it's super ambitious, but it's great. It's huge. It's what the planet needs, and we need all the help. So I was like, okay, guys, how can I help? I would like to do something. I didn't know what or how. And and because I'm biologist, they say like, okay, maybe with the tree planting, something. So so yeah, the first thing I thought about was just introducing them to a super professional tree planting organization I know, that is Life Terra, planting also 500 million trees in Europe, I think. So so that was one, like the start of how can I help. But then, like, trying to help more and more, we realized that if you want to establish 1,000 forest sanctuaries, it has to be worldwide. You need to talk with a lot of people. You need to find a lot of places that need to be restored, which of course there exist, but how we can do it, no? So this is something that I am happy to be figuring out with the team, and like either finding places to establish these sanctuaries or talking to people to bring support, or to one connection and to another connection find how to do it. And also the very important part I acknowledge is the legal protection, because otherwise it's like, I think, mostly impossible that these sanctuaries remain. So it's a super holistic project, and I appreciate that it has like it's super well taught, like very integral from the legal part and the spiritual part and the science and the art. So yeah, that's how I perceive it, and I'm super happy to be part of this and to see that there's a lot of people as you also interested in seeing what's going on and hopefully also willing to help somehow. Everyone can help actually in any way or another. They're bringing connections, talking with people, proposing a place, or yeah, any of these many angles that Eternal Forest is building up to creating the sanctuaries. That's how I feel. That's how I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Alejandra. Thank you so much. So we really, one of the things that we love doing, and of course we do it a lot during our gatherings as gathering of tribes, or there will be more gatherings, Eternal Forest gatherings. Sometimes we do artistic experiences and trails, and that's where also community meets. So when we have a chance, of course, we can do it. But right now, we are here in this room. So we want you to meet each other. And we're very excited that you can make these connections between each other and can make links. And so we want to invite you to the little rooms. And we want to give you a couple of questions that are actually very interconnected. We're going to give you about 7 minutes to meet each other and to connect and maybe to reflect on these questions. And then when we come back from these rooms, we will then share. So each, maybe you can nominate already one person from the room that can listen attentively, and if they wish, they can also share what kind of insights they heard in the room and what kind of stood out for them, what was really interesting that they can bring back into the space, into the circle. So I'm going to ask Victor to invite us to the breakout rooms. And questions, yes, sorry. Today is something with the sun and the moon, I don't know. Okay, so I'm putting questions in the chat and I'm going to read them. So our invitation for you is to consider, what does 1,000-year forest actually mean to you personally? And what inspires you most in Eternal Forest Vision? And even if you don't know all the details, it doesn't really matter. You already caught something, you heard something. So what is that thing that is really like a fire inside of you? It's like, yes, okay, it's interesting. I want to be part of it. So Victor, could you please send us into little circles?
Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly. Hi.
Hi.
We've just been sharing who we are and where we are on the planet, and why we're, connecting with your work and community.
Wonderful. So maybe I keep listening. Keep going. If you don't mind me.
Yes, hi Evgenia. Thank you for your ideas and work. It's really inspiring. I was sharing with Laura this inspiration of planting forest, making a better world, creating community, a more meaningful way of living. So yeah, I felt the call for that inspiration, and I'm doing a bit of that, planting some fruit trees. We have about 200, 300 fruit trees, but the idea of the project is similar, making big forest and co-creating new world and leaving space for other beings.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so thanks for the inspiration.
Thank you for doing it. It's like we all have to do it together. It's all of us involved. None of us can do it separately.
Yeah, I was just sharing that, I have been I'm a singer and a performing artist, and just my work over the past few years, I've been traveling a lot, and also beforehand during COVID, everything kind of shifted in relationship to being much more aware, even though I've always been an outdoors person, but the energy shift with connecting with the trees and all living beings other than just human beings. And that has started to inform my work in a different way, even though I was incorporating it into my teaching with working outside and connecting with trees outside. But there's something different that's opening. And I feel like your project, I don't know very much about it. I mean, Pamela Turtson is the person who I connect with and know, and she's the one who shared your work and said, "Oh, say I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but I'm so glad that you're going to be there and get to meet Eugenia because she's doing such lovely work." So I'm really appreciate you kind of creating this venue to be able to connect.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the idea is that we not only have hubs around the world, that's the idea that we have, of course, physical sanctuaries, which are super important as hubs, but we also have this alive community of humans, and of course, more than humans, but humans are this, active agents that they can really shift a lot at the moment. They can move mountains if they want to. So how do we, how do we bring people around something that just needs to be done? And yeah, for somebody who is an artist and creative, I could be doing many other things, but it just comes
Right.
to the high necessity, high priority in my life. It's probably like when you're an artist, you can't not do it, but also this
Right.
project is something like I cannot not do it. So somehow it just comes naturally. And yeah, somebody here is very quiet.
Yeah.
And how are you? I don't know if you can hear us. Okay, maybe she's not hearing or not
Place.
like present. Yeah,
Or maybe she's in a place where she can't talk or something.
yeah, it's
Can
possible.
only, yeah, yeah. Um,
So, Laura,
I'm,
where are you based? Sorry, go on. Where are you based?
I was
Just
going to ask you. Well, I'm in Massachusetts, which is on the East Coast of the United States. But I actually am traveling and I'm going to be going to New Mexico in 6 weeks and be there. So I've really been traveling a lot and being in different environments and experiencing what that's like to also orient towards very very few trees in New Mexico. It's very deserty and but being aware of the life that's there, even with not having trees. I mean, that's the thing, the level of all the differences and beauty that's available to us. I'm just kind of and the living beings that are creatures, whether it's a raccoon or a turkey or whatever lives on that piece of land, feeling like I'm starting to almost as if they're inviting me as like, yes, you're one of us. That this land is, we're all here together. I'm really, really becoming aware of that in my as I continue to travel, how the environment, the living beings there seem to open themselves, and brings me to tears, honestly. It's so, there's a generosity, and I
Mm,
feel like how can I how other than, I mean, witnessing, I feel like is an incredibly important thing that I have not done as much. I've been very active, and so that kind of, the activity of witnessing feels quite powerful. But anyway, I'm just interested in connecting with other people who are opening and working with the earth.
beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. I think Victor is calling us back, but let's stay connected. And of course, there will be many more conversations coming up and possibilities to talk. So I'm going to go back to the big circle and inviting you to come as well. Thank Are we all back? Yes, I think so. Great. Well, thank you so much for these sharings and contributions. So I want to ask you if some of you want to share a few things that came up for you. I don't see the whole, but just unmute yourself. We'll find you and we'll spotlight you. If you were in a room and you agreed that that person would share, or just somebody wants to share, just go for it. What came up? What was special in your sharing?
Well, in our group, we start with 4, then 5, then only 3, and we just keep kind of get to know us better as well, introducing our projects. And I met 2 lovely souls with 2 amazing projects, and I talk about my Ecos Channel project, and mainly that was it. So sorry if we didn't make the questions. I didn't actually knew what the questions was you want us to do, so but it was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Guilherme. Great. Someone else wants to share? Don't be shy. I'm sure there's some wisdom there. Just go for it. Let's do a
Hi.
little popcorn style.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Trisha.
Hey. Well, in our group, we were very inspired by the project because it was so encompassing and how it has the art and the science and the need for such a project because there's very little old growth forest left. And like around here, I mean, it was all full of places that were like milling. Like there's Mill Road and there's McNeil's Mill Road. And so there's all these old mills. And there's also a fire that was here and it just wiped out, this whole end of the island. So there's a real need for it. And it's a real, we're saying how like the forest is really eternal by its heart, like it's eternal. And so for us to be, supporting it in that way would be really helpful. Yeah, so everyone was very excited. There was 3 of us. There was 2 first, and then there was 3. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And just tell us again where you are, exactly in the US.
I'm in Canada.
Oh, you're in
and
Canada. Yes, sure.
Yeah, on the East Coast,
East
on the
Coast, okay.
Prince Edward Island.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks.
you. It's really good to see you. So maybe one more person, somebody who is burning, you can feel it inside of you, the heart is beating, you really want to share something.
Hello. It's me, Inês.
Yes. Okay.
We were in room 3 with 3 people, and we hardly managed to discuss the question, but we still managed to get 2, 3 things that were quite varied in a way. So Alejandra was talking about the legacy of changing the legal paradigm, which is very important. And I was talking about how I can come back when I reincarnate. So come back to 1,000-year forest that I helped conserving. So it was interesting that we talked about the legal and then the spiritual. So I thought that was a very interesting meeting. And then George was talking about it would be life-changing. So I suppose that in the Western paradigm at the moment, because we have legal issues with the rights of nature, of course, it's very relevant that it does become a life-changing project, basically. Yeah, but we spent the majority of time just talking about our projects and introducing to each other. Yeah.
Great, thank you. And that's the idea. I really want you to know about each other's projects because there's lots of links. We know many of you because we have spoken to pretty much all of you. And I know that there are many, many more of us, and there are tons of projects around. But what's happening, they're not necessarily all connected. Sometimes people who work in the same area, the same bioregion, they don't know about each other, or maybe they don't even have time sometimes to connect. So these encounters are also for this, to really weave community closer together. And Ines, just tell us just 1 minute, 1 moment, where do you live right now? Where have you moved? Because maybe some of you here actually are not too far from you.
Yeah, that was actually interesting because George is very close to me, basically.
That's
So
great.
I am in between places. Yeah, I am still with my one foot in the West Coast and my other foot in São Pedro do Sul, in Serra de São Macário. So yeah, but the intention is to move up there on a more permanent basis. But while the project is still, this project, and I mean the house, because it's a stone house, well, that's not fully in full conditions. We're trying our best to do both the garden and the house at the same time. But yeah, we moved in
Process.
between places. Yeah.
Thank you. Great. I'm so glad that you connected, and you definitely should visit each other. Wonderful. There are still people coming. I don't know if it's the time difference or what's going on. So with this, maybe I would invite you to do something else today. I'm sure a lot of you have questions, and we want to maybe dedicate 10 minutes or so to some really burning questions. So how about you write in the chat something that really is alive with you, a question that you bring today here, maybe something that you already been thinking about, or maybe something that came up right now in this conversation. So if you want to write on the chat so that we stay with your questions if we can't answer all of them, but also if somebody already wants to ask, just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. Let's take maybe 10 minutes to do that right now. Anyone? Okay, there is one question from Ines. How can we get involved in specific ways in terms of the organization you are putting together? That's a great question, and this is what I'm going to show you. Let's do like that. Okay, maybe, so Ines, I'm going to answer this question now because I'm going to share my screen and actually take you through some steps and give you some kind of a taste and of ideas what we've been putting together. What legal support does organizations seek? Happy to explore how I can help. This is amazing. So please get in touch with us on the, we can leave here our contact. We are trying to establish an association or a foundation, but it's not just that. We also, as we are going to start talking to the funders, philanthropic funding, we'll probably need help and support in specific countries or specific areas. So right now, we have considered establishing a legal organization in Portugal just because we are based here, but we are not 100% sure if this is the best way to go. So Gabriel, please, if you can reach out to us, that would be amazing, and we could talk about it. And you could just write me on info@eternalforest.earth. Okay, do we have one more question perhaps before I go ahead and answer a question that Ines put forward? Similar. What design, digital UX, graphic does organization need? This is amazing. Happy to explore how I can help. This applies to any project. This is fantastic. So, so far it's been me designing posters and things that you've been seeing on social media and so on. The website, the seeding website we put together over winter, but digital UX graphic, I mean, we will be putting a communication strategy together, and there will be quite a few bits of visual information that we would need. We also really, really want to update the main Eternal Forest website that I'm going to put here. .earth. because it's been right now quite old already, and there's lots of information. We have a lot of materials. We have beautiful materials from portfolio of our projects, but we are generating more, so we want to organize it properly. One thing that we'd like to do, and this is something you could definitely help if you have this capacity, is we would like to already create a map of partner projects. So we have projects that we are talking to, but everybody is asking, where are you? Where are you on the map of the world? And we can show these places. So it would be amazing to create this map as well. How to keep the natural vegetation and forest when the law of cleaning the land for fire prevention, declaring wild plants as useful plants by identifying and finding their properties. It's a huge question. I don't have concrete answer to this. It takes a lot of commitment and negotiation, I would say, more with your local government. Like if you are in Portugal, that would be a municipality of Freguesia. What I know is that we have stories of local freguesias actually prohibiting pesticides and creating, they're just like cutting the sides of the roads and so on. And the law of cleaning on the land, I think you have to really work with your municipality and also show that the project is truly regenerative and you're reforesting, and then they look at it differently. So this is something that we also maybe later on can help with, pulling kind of some people together like ecologists who work in Portugal and who can help and support. But if you want, you can reach out and they can just point you to the right person. All right, so Victor is telling me we only have 5 minutes left. We can go a little bit longer because we started later, but I want to also value your time and I want to show you what we've been working on. So I'm going to share my screen once again. Just give me one moment. And please, while I'm doing that, keep putting questions in the chat because we can also answer them later. Okay. Okay. I think you can see my screen again. So we stopped here together with you. So if I now go to contribute page, bear with me. There is this little plant that I need to click. So from the landing page, we go to contribute page, and this page shows all the different ways you can contribute. And it's not just the money that we are looking for. We are also looking for contributions, like you just mentioned, with digital graphics and so on and so forth. So here, there are several ways. There is a little menu that you can see. It's basically the options right now are biotonal forest art. Right now, it's very simple. I decided as a founder of the project that I have this portfolio of artworks that are totally related with the tonal forest. Some of you who know me, I've been developing this work since 7 years. So I chose a specific part of portfolio and I basically put it towards this project. So once we sell the artwork, 100% will go to reinvesting into this project. If more artists in the future want to contribute like that and support Eternal Forest, we can also do that. But of course, we are also setting up to be able to support artists. There are simple donations, so you can donate. You can join our team, just get in touch with us and say, what would you like to do and how you would like to contribute, and become a member. We are building membership. And as you scroll through this page and read more, you can see here concretely. So you can click through this page and you will be able to see the portfolio of artworks. Or you can go further and you can simply donate. Right now it's just one-time donations, which is straightforward. You just go through Stripe and you can donate, or you can send it to a friend who might be interested in supporting this project. Right now, because we don't have a legal entity, this is really trust-based. The moment we establish legal entity, things will be slightly different, and we are in the process of creating a membership as well. So write us an email to be able to contribute here with business strategy, communications, marketing, facilitating organizational processes, legal advice, and admin. So right now, as I mentioned before, we already have a few people working together, but we need more help and support. And the idea is that we build this organization together. It's not a work of just one person. There is a way to become our ambassador right now. Of course, in the future, we will have more ambassadors and people who share the project. Right now, you can already, if you know a person that is a philanthropist, please go ahead, share the project with them. That is already being an ambassador. But we are also going to work closely with several ambassadors who can basically open specific doors for us and connect us to the right level of people who can help that that phase of the project to evolve. And here, if you click the membership option, it's not ready yet, but you can already say, I'm interested. So we'll have your email and we'll get back to you as soon as we have this launched. And I think that's it. I think these are the options. So you can explore them in your own time. And I'm going to share this page, direct page with you as well. So you can already have it. 1 second. And what else? So I'm going to ask my team, did I actually miss anything important?
No, I think we're good.
Where will it be possible to see Eternal Forest this year? Is Eternal Forest appearing at any conferences, gatherings?
Yes, that's a really great question. So where Eternal Forest will be this year? So we just been invited. This is a little announcement. We did not pass the pitch. We wanted to do a pitch, a change now in Paris. So hopefully next year we get better organized and we'll have pitch really good. But foundation called Cornelius Foundation and my friend Marianne Magnin invited us to collaborate on a workshop with children. They will have a stand there. And I don't remember the dates now, but it's the last week of April. There will be 2 days there, and Eternal Forest will be creating beautiful, magical artwork, actually with thematic of ginkgo trees, because Marianne is building an artistic residency and foundation near Paris, and one of the most prominent trees that is probably 400 years old is there. So this is what we're going to do next. I am myself doing a few artistic projects in Finland, in Portugal. We are preparing large project in Paris that might be already seeing the light of the day this year. And we are hoping to create one of the first experiences in Faya Brava this year, because they are celebrating 25-year anniversary this year. And you can always already visit the project that we are working with. So once we have a map, you can click on the map, you can go there and check out their work. And I'm sure George, who is here, would be more than happy to receive you. And as you are signed up to the newsletter, you are following us on Telegram and so on, you will always find out, because we will share that. So anything else that anybody else from the team would like to share? Does Web3 team wants to share super briefly about the Web3 strategy and ReFi strategy that we are pursuing as well?
In overtime. Come on.
I can do. I can give it a minute.
Give it a
I didn't
minute.
want to confuse the traffic
Just a
too
little
much.
taster.
Yes. Okay. So in pioneering some new ways of reaching out to ambassadors and expanding our audience, we've also been working in the Web3 space, and we've connected with ReFi Mediterranean, as well as a regen coordination group that's in wider spaces throughout the world. We've entered 2 what's called Gitcoin rounds, which are run by regenerative regenerative finance organizations who are looking to basically invest in projects like ours, who are running ecological restoration, as well as community involved social regeneration. So it fits us perfectly. And I guess we're going to find out tonight or tomorrow morning if we've successfully getting to run in these rounds. It looks like I think we have a very good chance. So just keep your eyes open, and we'll be following up with more information on how you can contribute and maybe spread the word on this. Yeah, but very exciting to be in these spaces. It's getting some good traction. What is Web3? Gustavo Segovia, why don't you answer that? Because I think you're a mega expert in this, and I'd love to put you in the spotlight for it.
Yeah, just very short. Web3 is a new internet, a new web there where we are just having direct access to all assets on the internet. So there is just a whole new industry that is playing a lot with digital currencies and digital forms of values and ways to program with that will make possible things like this, like just by donating $1 to the campaign that Dylan is going to talk about later. This will be supporting our network because there is fund coming from other pools that the more people that donate to this, even if it's $1, the more funds from that bigger pool will arrive. Maybe some people have been talking about magic internet money. So yes, Web3 is really close to that, if it's not exactly that. But yeah, if we believe in forests, if we believe in the eternity of Zen, if we believe in fairies, we do believe in magic. Web3 is a nice space to play with magic money, which it's actually something real.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. With that, with the magic of the forest and money, I guess we need to be very proactive and connecting both things somehow, because forests are disappearing and we need to find creative ways of protecting them. So thank you so much for showing up, for being here in that space. We will meet in 1 month. Meanwhile, please join our Telegram community. Make sure that we have your address, that we will reach out and invite you to more events. Think about who we should be talking to, and anybody in your circle. If it's just one person that we should be connecting to about this project, we are happy to have these conversations. We are happy to have Zoom calls, bring you together into the conversation. There is a place for everybody in this project, whether you're an artist, an educator.
But don't you actually need people with money?
Yes, exactly. So if you have somebody in your circle who might help this phase of the project to seed it, to support it, then this is really a conversation to be had. So with this, I would like to close this community event, our first Eternal Forest community event. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for inspiration and interconnection, as Vahari is saying.